Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Pikey TV's educational miniseries. In today's episode, number 4, we're going to talk about creative campaigns. I'm your host, Paul Zaffarana, Vice President at Piker Marketing Group. So, what really is a creative campaign? Why do you want to do it? There's a big trend out there for folks looking just to buy product versus a solution. Having a pen is great and fine and dandy to put your name on it, but there's a lot of products out there. Golf balls to USB drives and balloons and caps and all that stuff. Yeah, they're great for putting your logo on and just handing out, but reality is we're all faced with some major reporting that needs to happen from our CFOs looking to see what the return on their investment is or return on an opportunity. So why would you in the first place want to even think about having a campaign with some meaningful and measurable results? Well, at the end of the day, most folks want to see if their marketing dollar actually was on trend, if they want to redo the event and get similar results. Spending $5, $10, $20, $50, $100,000 on just a product, while it sounds great, at the end of the day, what are you really getting for that? So there's a couple ways to think about it. This one right here was an umbrella project that we did for Having You Covered. This was mailed out roughly 50 times, and we talked to the folks about what that meant, that we've got you covered, and the umbrella was the coverage on it. At the end of the day, this piece was opened up and received a callback on it of over 25 people. That resulted in roughly $25,000 in net sales on it. So a piece like that, while it's an umbrella, it's taking that idea and putting it together in there, resulted in a nice little return on investment. Next one was the old school viewfinder. This piece right here was a new view on creative marketing. And remember getting those little slides that you used to get, well, some of us do, the disc that had pictures of case studies or products. We put the case studies in this program and let the viewer go through and see all. It's easier to tell a story that way than show people what we do versus telling a story. And we took some case studies and put them on there to really show our clients what could be done from a creative marketing standpoint versus just adding a product in there. While the carrier itself is a viewfinder and a viewing disc, we incorporated it as a way to get people to interact with the brand. This piece we did for Volkswagen, and it was done back in 2014. Yes, I know, back before when events were booming out there. But what you see out there is headphones. The program started out as a request to get folks to attend their booth for the warranty department. Parts and services, they typically don't get a lot of love in the dealership world. We were brought in to come up with they wanted headphones to hand out. And we asked them, well, what are you trying to do and what really happens at the show? And they asked them a bunch of questions about it. At the end of the day, we came up with this. This is the later version of it. It was meant to look like a stage where the vehicle was sitting on it, and it was going to be a backdrop of the Grand Ole Opry in there. So that was where that started out. And we ended up with this. They did roughly 500 kits. And their booth visits that showed up, the two of the attendees that were at the booth basically told us they were upset with me, not because the program didn't work. They were upset because they had so much traffic driven to their booth to see this piece and come talk to them that it got worldwide recognition within the Volkswagen world. So what seems like an easy, simple project on it really drove traffic to their booth. The next one here is called The Jury Is Out. This one's targeted towards law firms, targeted towards folks that wanted to make a decision. They were unsure about what we did and what, if they wanted to utilize us for stuff. So inside of the piece, there's that confidential envelope in there, and that contained a few of our case studies for the viewer to participate and see what kind of results we got out of it. Ordinarily, someone may come to us looking for just a wooden gavel on it, but this piece was pulled together and mailed out to get appointments and give folks another way to review their marketing campaign with us and how creative we could get with them. The next one was the Pica Ice Challenge. This one happened to coincide with the other ice challenge that happened at the time. What we would do, this is when this type of container came out. It was meant to showcase the 24 hours or 48-hour longevity that the bottle contained. So what we would do on this, we would actually showcase and put ice in the tumbler and mail it out. And we wanted to see that if folks received it, that their beverages as well would still be icy and ready to go. You ship it out 24 hours, 48 hours later. And we asked folks to report back on the actual testament that we made on it, if it actually did work. And people were really pleasantly surprised to see that this actually worked. We mailed this out over 50 times, and it resulted in about 7 orders for the exact same tumbler that we put together. So that was a Pica Ice Challenge project. The pop-up appointment center. We love branding a latte, right? And you see a little pop-up coffee mug in there, so when you open the card up. This was meant to be mailed out to prospects to schedule an appointment with them. And this one didn't have a whole lot of numbers that we did. We mailed out about 25 of these, and we had roughly 13 appointments that came out of it, so a little over 50% response rate to it. At $7 a piece, we had roughly $140, $160 into the piece, but those appointments of the 13 netted us over $7,000 in sales on it. So for not a huge investment into it, we were able to get some great results out of it. So as you're considering it, my final thoughts on this, you don't have to have the actual product itself. You want to drive the campaign. You want to get folks to interact, to see how to participate with your brand. So I gave a few examples in there that some are expensive and some weren't so expensive. And you can do it based on your budget. So this is only limited by your imagination, and the success is driven by the metrics that you put in place on it. So if you wanted to get 30, 40, 50, 60% response rates on some of these things, it's very, very possible, because an average direct mail piece gets 1 to 3%. So consider using some dimensional 3D promotional mailers in your next campaign. Pica has a few things coming up here. We've got our whole mini-series where we'll talk about maximizing the employee engagement, sustainability in your marketing, which is always a fan favorite, utilizing the event calendar for maximum success, mining for new clients, policing and protecting your brand, and building a successful marketing campaign. If you'd like to find out more about what we do over here at Pica Marketing Group, feel free to reach out to myself, Paul, at picamarketinggroup.com. You can call our office or cell, and check us out on YouTube. Share it with a friend. Love to show you how Pica Marketing Group can bring you some measurable results. Thanks, and have a great day.